Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Open Mic Hour. How's everyone? How you been holding up with this amazing weather we're having? How's things? Where are we? Let's see where we're going on the comments. Right, just a quick catch up. Oh, Open Mic Hour is live. Right, just to catch up. How's things? What you've been up to? What have you seen? What's going on? Thank you for joining us. I just had a little bit of a rescue job on prior to coming on live. So just bear with me while I settle in. I'm just going to go to the comments. And again, don't forget, folks, it's your evening, it's your hour. What have you seen? What's been going on out there? Right. Just bear with me. Oh, interesting weekend, last weekend and the weekend before. And it's amazing how things tie in with spirits as well. When you go to a place or a location on how they, I'm just waiting for the comments to show up. And somebody type something so we can just see if the comments are coming up. All right, okay. Hi, Sarah. That's it. I'm with you now. Good evening. Yeah, just interesting how spirits tie in with things, isn't it? And how things evolve in and around when you're off to a location or you're off visiting somewhere today or the weekend and whatever. And just what happened over the last few weeks, it's been really bizarre. It's been really bizarre times spiritually, how things have really tied in and fallen in together as well. And had a situation where I was working and communicating with spirits last Friday, and as they say, no two nights are the same. And basically, I had a spirit gentleman that's a controlling energy just virtually try and walk through you or walk through me. And he appeared within a millisecond in a doorway, this gentleman. And I virtually walked through this gentleman. I was like, oh, right, okay. Spiritually, I was like, what's all that about? So I had to take myself out of the situation. Out there, I was up to in and around with people, and I had to work out then what just went on. And basically what happened with this spiritual gentleman was he just virtually tried to walk through me to drain me, basically in a way of trying to affect my energies to be not as a higher level to be in control. So basically he was just trying to get zapped all my energy out of me. Basically, that's what he tried to do last weekend. But obviously I was pre-prepared for this, but this situation happened 3 or 4 nights. Have you had any bizarre situations where things have happened just like out the blue and you was expecting it but not expecting it? You know what I mean? So I had a scenario of that last weekend, which was I gave about 6 o'clock, and I think that happened about an hour later. And as if it was just like, I tried to explain it, it was like Star Trek where they dropped the energy down. I just walked through this energy and I was like, whoa, but it just appeared like out of nowhere. I could feel the energy shift going right through me. And not that I didn't have protection up, it was just, there was no need for that because the evening or the day or the investigation hadn't really started. So again, sometimes some spirits always try and be in control or one step ahead of you as well. So I think that they try and get the makeup of you and the understanding of you as well. So we never stop learning again. So has anyone had situations like that? Hello, Sarah. How's your evening? Just been in touch with Sarah. Little catch up there. Amazing Reiki master. She needs to get back into it. Hello, Angelique, Tash. Hope you're well. Maureen, Katie, how's things? Again, just a little catch up tonight and see how you're all doing. Fire away with any questions as well, folks. If you come across some things and how are things been going for you out there as well? What else did we have? I'm just trying to think what else we had. I've been given some new cards as well, which is always nice to receive cards. Got given this pack of cards as well last week. So I'm not going to be doing readings tonight. It's just that just get drawn to different things as well. What I'll do is I'll do a card for the week for everyone. I'm not doing any readings tonight. So, Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Some nice cards as well. So I look forward to working with them at some point. Again, I don't go through the booklet with cards. I just virtually open up and start reading intuitively, and then give what's coming in and around the visualization of what my team's saying at the time as well. So how's everybody else out there? What have you seen? Come on. You good? You good? Yeah, see how it goes on as well with there's a lot going on in and around where Sarah's seeing things in a property which is empty at the moment as well, and she's just trying to work out again what's going on and around possibly settling it down there, because again with house clearances some people have moved out the property, places empty at the moment quite close to where Sarah lives, so she's just getting in the hang of trying to work out and settle the place down for the new people that's going to be moving into a property as well, because some people can be really settled in and around the property when they move into it, and some people can really, you get the warming of a house, and some people like they don't really know what's going on. If there's anything going on spiritually, they might not have an inclination. So again, I think in America they have to state if they've had any activity, don't they? This house is not of a poltergeist activity, or this house isn't haunted, I think they use. So again, do you think we should go down them lines of having a different laws around the UK? We always usually seem to follow suit with what goes on in America. Good evening, David. Hello, Jolene. How's things? Long time no see. What you up to? I did see a snippet of a place you was looking to investigate. Do tell us more. How are you, David? Hope you're well. Yeah, so let's back on track. Forgot where I was up to then. Also, what else did I has anyone tried the Estes method? That was, I actually got down to actually having a session on that on my own over the weekend, and I just found that was amazing insight as well, with the heightened sensitivity around working with spirits, or being blindfolded and having your white noise on and headphones on, and spiritually giving out what you thought that you heard within the communication, or what you'd heard on the SP7 as well. So that really worked well, and I was amazed with when other people done that session as well. So as again, no two nights are the same. So the second night I'd done this investigation, it was totally back to old school, I felt. And on the investigation as well, it was really try to get under the layers of all the evidence and the history and the location, and I had to really dig for the work and the evidence, because it was totally different from the night before as well. So what you been up to, Jolene? How's things? I'm all good, Tash. Right, Sarah. It's been quite freaky, but I feel like it's meant to do it. Yeah, you do need to push on now. Always trust the process, especially if guides have shut you down for a little while, or people do go through a phase within the life where they might not be on their spiritual path for 2, 3, 4 years, and they take you on a different direction for a while just to get you out of that situation as well. So to come over your own hurdles and move forward is what it's all about. Again, sometimes spirits can test you with shutting you down to give you a window to breathe, to move forward, to look what's important in and around yourself. And it may take people a year or two spiritually to get back on the path as well. But again, it's not that they're not there. There's always a reason and a being for why they're doing that as well. So sometimes you've got to trust your team of what they're putting you in certain scenarios and situations as well. Looking forward to, I don't know if there's any tickets left, Katie's on here. She tells us any tickets left. We're actually going up to join LSP in Leeds on Saturday night in the first time ever investigated at the Corn Exchange. So looking forward to that on Saturday night. Hi, Sean. Hope you're well. Catherine. Makes perfect sense. And again, with what you're going through as well, Sarah, it's like I feel now there's no hurdle that you're not strong enough for. That's what my team will be saying. And again, as you're moving forward, your inner strength will oversee everything. Now it'll all start, as soon as you start opening up, it'll all come to you as well. Worked with you many times in the past, so you will be fighting from the gut intuition. Just keep going with it. We have been around amazing people and know that on our path and our journey as well. So keep sticking with it. I do feel over the next week or two that you will say what the last week or two has been all about. It will make sense. It will tie in. That's what I'm receiving as well. Right. See where we're going. David, how did your last visit go to Shepton Mallet Prison on the day one? How did your walkabout go okay there? Can't wait for Saturday night. Excellent. Can't wait for the Corn Exchange. Everyone's really looking forward to it as well. And what I've seen, I don't do any research. I just go in blind. What I've seen, it looks like, to me, the architect's quite similar to the Royal Albert Hall is what it looks like with the dome shape. I've not seen it from the outside. I've only seen a little clip from the inside of the advert that was put on for it. And we'll try and put that on. If anyone wants to join, then just click on the link, see if there's any tickets left. I was going to go through some EVPs as well, and I still haven't had time to do that. So that's what I'm going to set up doing, going through the EVPs for the last few weekends as well. So I'll be looking out for some interesting stuff on the EVPs and that as well. So have you had any good EVPs the last few weeks? Have you seen any, sensed anything been happening around yourselves out there the last few weeks? Let me know. Come on. It's your night, it's your hour. Fire away with the questions. I mean, myself and Sarah, we've been around the same Reiki Masters 10, 12 years ago, and the intelligence that we've been put in good hands moving forwards. I think we've been left in good hands to move forward with what we do and what we come across and what we work with as well. But definitely the people that we've been around changed my life in and around that as well. Has anything changed your life, folks, with what you work with now spiritually? Are you more drawn to angels? Are you more drawn to crystals? What are you drawn to? What really ticks the box for you? A lot of good mediums out there as well that I come across. Some carry equipment, some don't carry equipment. And I usually like trying to take my pad more than anything, especially when Linda's with us. I'll leave the pad with Linda. But when you recap on what some of the other people have had in and around investigations and you tie in later on, that's what I find amazing. So you even forget things that you've had from the first section of an investigation. And when you recap over the weekend or go back over some notes, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense with what happened later on. So that's really mind-blowing as well. I think you're meant to help the neighbour's mum. She might have an attachment. She woke up bruised with a handprint on arms and legs. Yeah, definitely. If it's around a forceful energy as well, Sarah, it could be trying to be dominant. Again, it could try and put a little bit of a smoke screen in your direction where if it's trying to focus you onto the other property that's empty, to take it away from what it's trying to achieve, basically. So again, sometimes it could be 2, 3 or 4 things going on all at the same time as well, Sarah. So have your guard up, have your what's the word I'm after, looking outside the box with this is happening. It could be, I get a lot of times a lot of distractions going on in investigations where you're onto something, you're not to the bottom of the story with this energy or spirit or story of the time when they lived, and then they'll throw a curveball in. So I feel like that scenario might be going on around you, where they might try and hit you with 3, 4 or 5 things as well. So David, Shepton went well, Gaz. Oh, super. I'm sure I mentioned that the automatic writing might follow, didn't I? I think that might have been about a month or 2 back. But possibly again with, I know it's, what wing have you got there? Cell. Is that on, don't mind me asking, is that on C wing? It's just bizarre. It could even be D wing as well, because I've written stuff down and I didn't actually write anything down for D wing. So David, was it C or D wing where that was? I'm just going to go back up on some notes. Corn exchange sounds really good. Yeah. If you can find a link, Katie, I'll let you put that on, send it over to me, and I'll put the link onto the bottom of this when we're done as well. Yeah, definitely focus at the moment, Sarah, where look at the bigger picture. So if you visualize, ask your spiritual team what's going on within around a mile of a circumference of where the activity is, and then just try and bring it back in and say, okay, what's been going on within half a mile? Because sometimes 2 or 3 things can be going on. If you've got a controlling energy, it will be doing the rounds. So it could be at that your neighbour's property one evening, but be 2 streets down the road as well. So somebody else might be going through a situation or a scenario the same and experiencing what your neighbour's experiencing as well. But ask your guide and your team to visualise as you bring the energy in, and just, it's like putting the radar out, what's been going on spiritually, and trust your team to give you the answers. And then, there might be somebody else where your neighbour might have an attachment, but you might have to look 2 or 3 doors down the road, or 2 or 3 streets down the road, where there's something else specifically going on as well. You might just bump into that person, they might mention it as well. And just, there's always a link and means and a ways of the connections happening. So what you're meant to be doing and up and running with, that'll happen as and when. So again, just look at the bigger ballpark is what my team's saying to me as well. Absolutely. All right, okay. And sometimes as well, what usually goes on as well, if they're like a draining energy, they can try and feed off the youngsters more than anything if they're open and susceptible as well. So again, sometimes I always ask people about, if they've been christened and stuff like that as well. It might be, sometimes you might have to say to people in and around youngsters as well, I was some silver in the room or a cross by the bedside. And again, it's just like back to basics with the protection and helping people as well. So sometimes there could be more method in the madness in and around what I think that you're going to be dealing with. David, excuse me. Firing squad. I'm rereading that, just seeing if I'm getting anything else in. I'm not picking up on anything in and around that Jamaica in at the moment. If that was possibly outside, that would relate in and around a few weeks back of what we was talking around the Jamaica Inn. I was just drawn to the courtyard around the Jamaica Inn, but we'll see if we get any more on that as well. Do you happen to know anything about cell 6, the second floor in C wing? You was really drawn to it. Let's go back on these notes. In and around what I picked up on there was on C wing is I think we had you're going over the net, and we was drawn to another cell when we had that 5 doors down the the prison on the wing. So we was drawn to 5 cells ahead from where we was as well. Again, you're going over the net, you're going over the edge is what we got. Margaret, and there was also a recess room as well, where I think there was obviously something not nice went on to Margaret. Obviously, I'll leave you to work that out, but I did feel that Margaret was attacked there by a male member of either the prison or staff. And I think there was a Catherine and there was horses. I could actually hear horses going back through the periods of time. And also we got, time-wise, we got tick-tock again. So I feel like that was somebody actually pushing the boundaries on that cell wing, on C wing as well. Lady Spirit was in the face of people as well. She was very dominant, and she was the one that was saying tick-tock, tick-tock. After that, I think we had the name of Joan, Sandalwood and Push. How did you have, let me just read my notes. How did you have a drink in here as well? So there's something around the drink. I feel that there was something concocted in there where they had their own little drink as well. And there was there was one spirit energy in there that this, possibly Joan, had no self-worth as well. So I feel that was demoralizing for that person on C wing as well. So C wing was quite intense. Was that a few weeks back as well? Let's see where we're going. Yeah, sometimes as well, you can ask your guide to ask them to give you more bullet points. And I always try and explain to people, when you receive, sometimes as a medium, you receive information. Spirits they don't give you a sentence. Sometimes they don't give you a paragraph. Sometimes they'll give you little bullet points. And then it's like, right, okay, you'll ask the next question in your mind. You'll throw the thought out there as a spiritual communication. And then you'll get the add-on to the end of the conversation as well. So sometimes it could be, I was 22, I was within the prison type of thing. And you ask, well, what did you get in prison for? And then you'll get like, oh, I was a drink driver or something like that. Or again, so they add on to it as well. So it's like, it can be short sentences with the spirit, but sometimes it can be the bullet points as well. And again, to me, when you work with the old methods, I just think it's really amazing with the older methods as well, how, I'm going to say more precise it is as well. If it's a quieter night, revert to the old methods is what I would say if you're having a quiet session. We actually did think last weekend, where I was last weekend, was going to be the calm before the storm. And we did get to unveiling a lot of information as well. And we got some great footage, and spirits did come forward. And that was doing a lot of trance work as well. But again, the SDS methods just seemed to be, for 3 sessions of the night, it just seemed to be going and just tying in with loads and loads and loads of stuff. I actually seen a swing last weekend when I was working with spirit, as if the swing was moving in like a little time lapse, as if it was, sometimes where you get the scrolling on your internet. It was just like juddering through. But when you looked at it solidly, it was still. But when you looked at it again, it was as if it was moving. And when you looked and focused on it, it was still. So we had that like sliding doors effect as well. So that was a big energy shift. Now there's either an energy in front of that object or an energy behind that object, which was affecting that situation, is what I was drawn to. And as well, sometimes, Maureen, when you get the headache scenario, it's sometimes an energy might not be on your wavelength with the mix of what it's bringing to the table. So if it's too strong, or it's just on a different bracket of where it's trying to communicate. So just sometimes it's, thank you very much, guide, I've received that, just back that off what you've just given me. give me information without giving me the headaches, and then your team will try and get that to revert the energy and the spirit that's trying to communicate with you. It's all about working on the same wavelength. So sometimes if the frequency is not tuning in with yourself, you can ask. A lot of people spiritually, I always say to them, you don't hear from you here, you're there in a different corridor. So sometimes when you're not getting the fine tuning, you can ask your team to give you the fine tuning. You can ask your team for that energy to step away and then come back and work the way that you work. So sometimes a lot of mediums do get bombarded out the blue with an energy that can rush through, like what I started the show with, and was chatting at the start, where all I was just walking, and if you visualize, a spirit just came down right in front of me, and I'd walk through it in the doorway. I was like, oh, right, okay. So again, I took myself out of the situation, reassessed what had just gone on, and then I got 3 or 4 times, he's going to try and do it again, is to control you. And I'd written it down approximately at 6:50 and 6 p.m. He would basically try 3 or 4 times to drain everyone, and that's what happened. And it was just you know what's going to come around and about. Your team are preparing you for it, but when it happens, it was like, ooh, did that just go on? And it wasn't a total zap of energy. It was like restock your energy, recharge your energy, in a way of rebuild your energy. It was just deflected. So my energy then had to rebalance. I think that's a better word. So again, that's a big energy shift sometimes as well. And don't forget, I always say we never stop learning. So push yourself with questions when you're out there. Push yourself with trying different things and asking different things. If it doesn't happen, you've not lost anything. If it does happen, it's a bonus. So you're on a win-win. D-Wing, we went I think we were more busier on D-Wing, wasn't we, David, where it was just, I think we took ourselves off to the isolation blocks, and that's by the memorial, wasn't it, in the prison. And that was quite subdued, because when we went down, that really gripped hold of us. And I think we were late back from the session then, David, so I'll blame you for that, pushing us down there. So share the blame, Dave. No, this man follows her. Okay. But again, just keep working with it. Just keep working with it, Sarah. She's most probably been in contact with you to get you up and running again. Young guns, very high energy. How's you doing, Shell? How strong was the governor on our investigation? If Tash is still here, she'll say that the governor, we was drawn to the governor's office, and boy, he made me work all night, and he was still around me 2 days later. On the Monday, he was still pushing and pushing and pushing. The governor was spiritually of like, I'll make you work, mister. And he certainly did. So again, that was an interesting investigation. How's it going, Shell? Sophie, right, see where we are. Might have got the wrong wing. She painted on the wall downstairs. There was quite a lot going on in the 1600 cell. Somebody had a very active time in and around that. Good evening, Haunted Scouse. Hope you're well. Where have you been up to? Where have you been out and about? Leaving tomorrow for Wakey. David, if you want to come up here first, you're more than welcome. What day is it? What day is it? Got spare rooms here if you need to. You're more than welcome. Hello, young lady. How are you? How's things? Like to picture today. Little Lynn's there. Look like they're having fun. Anybody off on the summer holidays soon? Anyone going to any locations as part of your vacation? David will know that more. Group last month, and they seem to have a few spirits follow them around. What have you had to deal with quite recently, Angelique? Are you getting bombarded as well yourself? I had it all night. I kept having to go online to look up stuff you wanted me to look up. Do you know, I was linking in with a gentleman. Now, this must have been 6 or 7 years ago. And I was talking to another medium, and this gentleman stepped forward when I was quite relaxed, and he actually started typing back like you do automatic writing. He was typing back to the person of the other medium. When I was online, he actually was typing my hands back, talking to the other medium. So I've had that before as well. And that was a very powerful person, but he actually took his own life. He went off a bridge, but he was telling the other medium who was involved in looking for that person from his family, looking for that person where they'd gone missing. And this was around the northwest, and he actually turned up around Blackpool. He washed up around Blackpool, and the medium I was talking to was looking for the missing person, and he actually stepped in and give his message to the other medium to relate back to his family. So spirits again have another way of, the intelligence of them was to give the reasons why, which I'm not going to go into, but the reasons why that went on was the medium I was talking to was the actual medium that was being asked to help looking for that person that had gone missing, and he'd actually took his own life. I think about 3 or 4 weeks later, he'd washed up on the shores of Blackpool anyway, which is about 2 hours away from where he went missing. But that was just like typing automatic writing. That was powerful. Let's put it that way. Upset him, and I put a stop to something that had been upsetting him as well. And sometimes as well, a lot of spirits just want acknowledgement that they're still around, and to let you know that they're still around, and then just pass a little something back to a close relative as well. David. Okay. First time I went down to that prison, I was on a live, and I could feel my face getting drawn in, very, very drawn in. And I do think that was one of the main characters from that prison as well. I'm not just going to mention names on that, but that was watching what I was doing as well. Yeah, all good. Off now till September. So recharging, definitely much needed. Haunted Scouts, where are we off? Off to Accrington Courts next month. Might be a few episodes coming to be filmed in the next few weeks. Have a location in mind on the Whittle. I'm always up for it. Yeah, keep me up to speed. Inbox me. We will catch up. And it's great just getting to the local places. It's fantastic, all the local ones as well. Our Shelley's off to Anglesey. Right, okay. Had an amazing walk around Anglesey about 6 years ago. We actually went to the old brickworks. Now that was busy there. Been to a lot of places about 5 or 6 years ago in Anglesey. Virtually done the whole island. And again, that was about 6 years ago with a good friend of mine. So yeah, it was about 2015. That was amazing. But the brickworks as well, that was right on the coast. Just mind-blowing spiritual walk around about 6 years ago. David. You have a hotel up in Wakey. Excellent. should have inboxed me, could have sorted that out for you, saved you some cash. You wanted to punch Rachel. Again, that's the strength and the intelligence of spirits as well. I think when we was doing an EVP there, excuse me, we was doing an EVP there as well. I think your team just walked down from one flight to the wing down through us, and that was like time stood still where we were all quiet on the EVP. And the whole team from the other section had walked through to go to another wing. And there was quite a lot of spirits watching what was going on there as well. So again, okay, all right, okay. Ask your team again, just work with it, Angelique, write it down, take a pad to bed, write it down when you're getting these dreams and all that as well. A lot of things do tie up. Right, any questions? Are you off to bed now? You take it easy, Shell. Different experiences as well, and it is an amazing location. If no one's ever been there, please do experience it. Hello, Jess. She's busy on the PS5, but listening. Okay. Something's just come to me now to try another experiment. So, oh, do you remember the Anglesey photograph of the brickworks? Yeah. Slow down, Dave. Don't go overboard. Yeah, be nice to catch up soon. Right, let's see where we are. Ali, how are you? Hi, Garry. You were amazing at Shepton Mallet. Yes, hopefully, yes. The good old LFC have put the Chelsea game on, I think 5:30. So after that game, I will make my way. I will be down at Guy's Cliff, I think possibly 10 o'clock-ish. So it's going to be a late one for me. So I'm actually gutted that I'm actually missed Shepton Mallet, missed Guy's Cliff for other reasons middle of September last year as well. So, but I will be there. So we'll see if anything's trying to keep me away as well. But I will be there. I shall adventure down. Yeah, all good. Guy's Cliff as well. If anyone's not been, I'm not going to tell you anything about it. If anyone has been, don't tell us about it. Let people come and with the investigation. It is a very amazing location, Guy's Cliff. And if you haven't experienced it before, come along, get some tickets if there's any left. I think what happened last time, as soon as it opened, we got there. And then all of a sudden, as soon as it started, that was it. It was just like, it just pinged off all night. Busy. Again, no two nights are the same, but again, we had some amazing interaction as well. Right, see where we're up to. Fire away with any questions, folks. That's also what I have written down from the 6 o'clock that I later told people that he walked through it without saying, because I didn't want to put that spirit energy onto what I was thinking at the time. So again, what I tried to do was just let a few people know when stuff had gone on. I'd written it down and just shown them, covered it up again, turned the page. Again, so sometimes when you're on an investigation and you're working with a mischievous energy, don't show it your hand sometimes. Keep your cards close to your chest as well. So sometimes if you are working mediumship wise, then retain a little bit back as well. So it's you know, when you're working with stuff, it's like, right, okay, I've got certain bits of information I can show someone, you can write it down, don't have to say it out loud, and then just, you know, it's like passing little notes sometimes as well. So that happened to me again Saturday night, and that was a different experience. But again, we can never take things for granted when we're out there. It was so active as well. And again, when I first went there, it was really, really cold, about in October. And then I was also told, come back in the summer. So the end of August to me is the summer. So this would relate to why I was asked to go back there maybe a year or two back, is for this time coming ahead in August, end of August, I think 28th of August. Evening all, Nick. What you been up to? How's things? Yeah, you're late to the party. You're allowed. It's allowed. Are you looking forward to Saturday night? I'm looking forward to possibly trying to pull forward the architect or people that was involved with putting the building together. That's what I'm drawn to first, which would be the oldest energies in and around that location of the Corn Exchange. So again, I might try and write things down prior to getting there, or as soon as I get there, I'll try and work out what's going on with the lie of the land. I find it in the Masonic area of Guy's Cliff. There's a couple of energies that sit back in the corners in the Masonic Lodge. And I think when lovely Jolene picked up on a certain energy and it all started opening up, that's when this energy out the corner stepped forwards. It wasn't happy that we were communicating with what was going on and the information was being given. So we had an energy come from the side that just tried to step forward very quick and very fast as well. But it's always good when a medium opens up and then that's it. Once you get the first piece of evidence on any spiritual night, you feel like that's it, we're away. Again. So you're back. Tell me more. Been on motherly duties, no problem. Right, any questions? We're on now 42 minutes. Again, it's just a quick catch up. Getting tickets for, let me get a list, see where we're at. Come and join the team. If I've got any dates wrong, do shout at me. Yeah, I've got Guy's Cliff coming up the 28th of August. Shrewsbury Prison, we can't be far off selling out for that. There's not a lot of tickets left for that, I believe. I think that's the 4th of September, the limited stock. They might all been sold out now. So if you've not been to Shrewsbury Prison, 4th of September, have a little look at that. Falstaff as well, 1st of October. Edinburgh Vaults, the 16th of October. The Village Mansfield, I'm not too sure whether that's been moved back now. Well, I'll catch up on that as well. But if you inbox, keep on chatting Paranormal, they will certainly assist in helping you. Any questions? We've got team events as well, which I really love and enjoy doing as well. Fantastic. So can't wait. Some amazing locations. Where are you all looking at going this year? What's on your bucket list? Tell me what's on your bucket list, folks. Right. Just need to relate back to a page or two. Just going to have a look for the governor's session. Oh, that was it. The governor was in debt, wasn't he, if I remember? In and around the governor's office. First place we went, in the prison. Again, we heard lights out. Robert, where was it? A chap was virtually stamping his feet as well. There was a fella in and around the treadmill where they around the executioner's area as well. There's a lady crying. 3:30 a.m. Governor, was it you smoking behind me on the last wing? So again, the governor's stepping forwards, asking me if I'd been smoking. No, basically not. Or asking the people that we were with if they'd been smoking within the prison. Drawn to one lady, and then other as well. I think that's in the other. That's it. We had a few other pictures drawn as well from the prison. Helen. And again, Robert came through as well. There's somebody there that was a bragger. I'm sorry, just reading these notes. These aren't in my handwriting, by the way. That's why I'm just struggling to read them. This lady was screaming in the face. This might have been the energy that was in people's face. Killed, and to John laughing, would have found him in the bushes. So the person was hung in and around for why they'd been put in the prison. They'd been involved in a hanging as well. So just going through these notes as well. Your bucket list is, not heard of that one, Sarah. Whereabouts is that? You know what I'm like for remembering things. We had stuff as well with solidarity, drugs. We had terrible frustration. A prostitute came through shivering within the prison as well. A prostitute was actually in there. There was a lady like a mother. It's really bad-hearted as well. So again, also I brought through 2 or 3 people as well. A scar on the face, and somebody been beaten up with a big black eye as well, possible beating as well. So brought 2 or 3 gentlemen through as well and shown them. Again, TikTok. Now this isn't my writing. This is somebody else that's written that down, and we had this a few times. TikTok. So that's not my handwriting again. So somebody's picking up on the same sensations, which is always good. Let's see where we're going here now. Gainsborough. I think the old prison's there, isn't it, in Gainsborough? Manchester. Where are you going in Manchester? Starvation. Somebody was picked up, I think, around starvation within the prison as well. Really, very, very, basically, very unnourished person was there as well. Doors closing, significant steps, sleep again. Hates the door, but fragmented. And again, smoke and fire. We had that quite a few times as well. And we had cigars, the smell of cigars coming through. You rushed me on the top of the stairs, the governor, first time this ever happened to me in there, Gaz. Yeah, same quite scenario of what happened with me around the governor's area happened to me as well, where I went Saturday night as well and Friday night. You've never done a castle. Castles are amazing, even on a walk around. So I'd like to be a millionaire, and I'd like to do every castle in the UK. Now that's my bucket list, definitely. The governor wasn't a happy chap that night. Scratch guest 2 in front of me. What I had written down with the governor, I'm going to go back to my notes, was that I was onto him in and around. I found out why he was, how he was basically he owned a lot of debts. Now I feel he's turned to somebody within the prison to bail him out as well. So people and gangsters with money, he possibly got drawn into lending money from the wrong people, possibly. But I got, he was in debt for about £36,000. I can't remember roughly the date. But again, he was part of it, going through somebody's like stately home, and in a debt and gambling and stuff like that as well. And I felt that his wife wanted a divorce. His wife ruled the roost at home. And as soon as I said that, the governor was not happy. And that's when it all kicked off as well. Cell 5 wasn't meant to happen. He was framed, ruthless. And I got 37 there. So cell 5 down at the prison. Again, little bullet points of when you're getting communication, it's only writing the little points down. Katie, wife, my girl. Taunton, 37, category B, footsteps, A wings, Chippy. So in and around with the profession that they've done, obviously a joiner. So again, it's very, very active night, but the governor was not happy. He was still with me on the Monday. And that was testing me to the limit for the next 2 weeks as well. The governor did. Can't beat a good castle. Tutbury is a great place to investigate. Oh, yes, I remember. Transylvania. Antwerp. So, oh, yeah, Antwerp Mansion. Been there, done it a couple of times. Charlton's in Gainsborough. I think I'm going to the Old Nick in Gainsborough. Looking forward to that as well. Has anyone been to the Old Nick in Birmingham? I enjoyed that investigation ages back. That was fantastic, that as well. So again, quite interesting, David. I'll try and put a screenshot up of this lady again. It's be in this book. I'll try and put that up for you, David, see if you come any more across that type of lady next time you go. But to me, possible worker with the apron on, worked in like the washroom or something like that as well. The Clink would love to do. Yeah, the Clink, yeah, definitely. Right. Well, we're on 53 minutes. Any other questions? Where are you off to? Oh, I haven't showed you the other pack of cards, have I? That's the other pack of cards I got. Okay, those get drawn to cards. But again, these were given to me. I'll do you the card for the week. I'm not going to do readings. I'm just going to give you the general card for the week. Right. Hope it's a good one. All right. Divine teachers. So keep working. More information comes in. With that is growth. What I see with that is spiritual growth. So don't be overpowering. Think about what Sarah said at the start of the night. Yeah, it's time to burst away with that. Push away from it. You receive, and then you've got to push out there information that you've got as well, and the way that you work. Now's the time for you to do that as well. But definitely really love these cards as well. Really can't wait to get going with them. Right, where's everybody off to as well? Yourselves, folks. You've seen anything on TV? Seen any pictures? I had an interesting one as well on of a hotspot. Got to have a look at this. Got to show you this hotspot picture. Oh, that's where we are Saturday night. Oh, can't see it. It's gone off. It's gone off, that's why. There we go. Corn Exchange. Remember I said it looks like the Royal Albert Hall? So that's where we are Saturday night. Looking forward to that. Oh, interesting picture as well. Might not be able to work it out, but I've got an energy there to the side of me, quite small to one side. as if it's me stood in the picture. It's just an energy just coming in low, down below. Two seconds. I had the hot spot on the door. There's nobody been stood there. Quite interesting. And again, it's a hot spot on the door. There's nothing behind that door. It's just chairs piled up in a back room. So that was interesting. Let's see where we're going. You're stepping it up tonight. Yeah, big time. I definitely feel the time's right. Anytime, Sarah, that's what it's all about. Get some cards, go for it, Katie. It's always nice when somebody else gets your cards as well. I always feel it's meant to be. You're meant to be working with them as well. Ask the birthday fairy. That's fine. Has anyone captured anything themselves out there the last few weeks? Just having a look back, see if we can get anything from the prison. Yeah, just go with it. You just give what you're given at the time, Dave, especially with Jess, if she's opening up more and she's doing more automatic writing and stuff like that. Tarot cards and oracle cards, learn to use them. Just go with the flow with them. Ask your team spiritually to give you more information. Again, it's intuitiveness with them. Some people can read through the cards and read the pack and the information and then work with what they need to moving forwards. I do believe, David, where's that place you're trying to book? It looked amazing. Oh, these are the people we brought through the prison. So that was the person at the prison with the black eye and the scar. That's who were channeled on the night. And again, thank you for the person that drew that. There's very low level with the tail that came through as well. Again, thank you for the drawing for the person that's seen that. But these are the energy I brought through. And this is the other character. Now, the first time when I was outside the governor's room, because it's shielded off now, you can't get in there. This was the first spirit energy that shown themselves to my friends when I brought him through. So at the prison, that was the first energy that I brought through and transfiguration on. Again, but it was just like, it was very, very strong and it just came right in very quick and very fast. And then obviously all the notes from that night are there as well. Again, smoke and fire, that was quite bizarre. Oh, and this one, you'll love this one if you can catch. This was again from the prison. This energy was behind us. A member of the public took this picture. And as we were working with the energy, it stepped forwards. And then when the person went to take the picture, it just stepped back as if to say, I don't want to be caught. I don't want to be in and around you picking up on me. So it might be quite tricky to see this one. But it is there. Just going to play around 2 seconds. I'll screenshot that and I'll put it onto the end of the link. All right, I'll put it onto the end of this feed as well. So, oh God, sorry, it's not happening, is it? I'll put it up on the end of the, there we go. I'll put it up on the end of the evening, which we won't be far off now. Any questions? And we also had Hurt, and this was amazing at the prison. He is guilty as well. So, and there's the governor's room. Sorry about the light and all that, folks. It just amazing night. Amazing night. But I'll screenshot that. Remember what I said about the person with the scar on the face? When he's got he's guilty, we had hurt come through straight away. Bang, bang. Everything started going off there as well at the same time. Love it when the intelligence of spirits comes through. Yes, definitely. And again, it's working with it, Katie. I do feel a lot of energies are playing around at the moment. All right. So again, and I have talked to you with what's going on. The building guys we went to, look. The old fort house, amazing. I won't give too much away. I've got a picture of it here still, but I'm not gonna put that in till hopefully it happens. So we can advertise that then at a later date. Oh, William Orange stayed there too. Amazing, amazing. And is that booked now for the 23rd of April? If I remember 2022, possibly. You'll have to give me a thumbs up, thumbs down on that. Right, we are coming up to an hour. Again, it's just been a little recap tonight, folks, and looking back on all that as well over the last few weeks of information that comes through spiritually. It is just amazing. Book your tickets. There we go, right down the bottoms. Via Keep Inside the Paranormal.co.uk. Sponsored by Keep Paranormal. Next up and coming investigation is Guy's Cliff House, Saturday, the 28th of August, 2021. Tickets are £40 each. Please get in touch. Hope to see you all then. Any more questions before we go? Right, you're off, are you, madam? Speak to you soon. You know where I am. Just inbox me. And again, sometimes some people go off the scene for a while. My door's always open to help people and nudge them in the right direction as well. If I can't get to the bottom of answers, then I'll certainly ask people in and around and see what they're picking up on, what they're sensing as well. And again, it's not all about just one specific person. Again, it's always around sharing and asking people's advice as well, because knowledge is endless. I feel like I've got somebody coming through with a moustache now at the moment as well. Let's see where. And join us on the next investigation. Look forward to it. David, have you got any more equipment? I tried a new piece of equipment the weekend, and that really worked well. I'd like to see that on the market more. I'll see if I can find all the proper information out about the name of that. And some of the stuff out there is just mind-blowing. Some of the equipment out there is just mind-blowing. So all I'm going to say is stay safe, stay well, folks. Enjoy your time. And when's your lockdown finish in Wales, folks? Shelley's gone now, has she? Again, just stay safe, folks. Get out there, keep doing what you're doing. Keep sharing information as well. Keep asking questions if you're working spiritually. Trust your team. Trust your guide. If you ever feel that you're tested to the limit, just ask questions. There's people there to help you, support you. Again, like-minded people, just ask questions. If you don't ask, you don't get. That's what I always safely say. And again, stay safe, stay strong. Excellent. I'll explain the equipment I seen the weekend, and that was fantastic. It was nice to be a part of experiment as well with what the equipment I've seen over the last few weeks as well. So stay tuned, folks. Working on a guest for Monday night, so just waiting on confirmation for Monday night for GF Uncensored. So just bear with me the next few weeks. I'm off on holiday, so if I'm popping in and out here and there, it's just I'll be having a little bit of time to myself as well, but I will still try and pop in. See you soon. Jess, look forward to seeing you. should have let me know. Could have stayed here the night, but see you soon. Stay safe. There we go. Oh, Festival of the Unexplained, Gloucester, Guildhall, Saturday the 11th. Come down and see some amazing people that we've got there. I think if I remember rightly, I think it's £3 entrance, that, folks. Again, come down and see everybody. See you all at the Corn Exchange. I'm buzzing. I'm just buzzing to see the old energies that come through there first as well. Good night, folks. Namaste.